Greetings. My name is Pharaoh, and I'm the daughter of the Pharaoh of Egypt. Sadly, I did not have any children that I can call my own, but that would all change when I drew a basket from the Nile River. One day I went down to the river to bathe, and I saw a basket in the reeds, and I asked one of my attendants to go and fetch the basket.
I opened the basket.
We carefully opened up the basket, and there inside was a beautiful baby boy. The boy was a Hebrew baby, and I felt compassion on him, and I decided to raise him as my very own. Because I had drawn him from the river, I decided to call him Moses. There was a young girl standing in the reeds, and I asked her to go and fetch one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for me. She did, and the lady that she brought back, it turned out to be Moses' real mother, and the girl standing in the reeds was Moses' real sister. Moses grew up to be the leader of the Israelites. Originally, I thought that he would be the next Pharaoh of Egypt, but no, God had other plans in mind for him. God wanted him to be the leader of the Israelites. One day, he saw an Egyptian hitting one of the Hebrews, who had been serving as slaves here in Egypt for some time, and was one of Moses' own people. Moses went over to that Egyptian, killed him, and hid him in the sand. The next day, he saw two Israelites fighting. He asked them, "Why are you fighting?" And they told him, "Are you thinking of killing us like you did that Egyptian?" Fearing for his life, he fled to Midian, where God called him from a burning bush to be the leader of the Israelites and to tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Moses, on the other hand, did not want to be the next leader of Egypt because he feared that he could not speak very well. But God insisted, but eventually allowed Aaron to serve as his aide. Reluctantly, Moses went down to Egypt and told my father to let the Israelites go. But my father said an affirmative no. Due to this and many audiences to come, 10 plagues ensued our country, like the Nile turning to blood, and darkness reigning in Egypt for 3 whole days. This is how I came to believe in the one true God. He showed his mightiness, and he showed that he is the one and only God. Finally, Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. Due to the last plague, the plague of the firstborn, my father had enough. He told the Israelites to get out of the country, their people, their possessions, and especially their God, just to get out of there. I decided to go with them because I too believed in their God. So we packed up and headed to the Red Sea. But Pharaoh had a change of heart. He eventually met us at the Red Sea, where God caused the pillar of cloud that was in front of us to move in back of us to serve as a barrier between us and the Egyptians. On our side, it was light, but on the Egyptian side, there was darkness. God also caused the waters of the Red Sea to split, so it made a pathway in the sea so that we could walk on dry land. But as we were crossing, the Egyptians were pursuing us in very hot pursuit because the pillar of cloud was not there to block them anymore. But God kept us safe. Once we had all safely crossed, God caused the waters of the Red Sea to flow back right over the Egyptians, including my father, drowning them all. I learned many lessons from God and Moses. I originally thought that Moses would be the next leader of Egypt, but God had something else in mind. God wanted him to be the leader of the Israelites. I also learned that there is only one true God, and that he is mighty, even mightier than all the gods of Egypt put together. Thanks be to our God who reigns forever.